Alright, this is 7.3, equations with fractional coefficients. You don't have to write this part, write the title, but you don't have to write this in red. Alright, you know how to solve problems like 4x plus 5x equals 81. We're going to combine like terms and then divide to solve for x. Well, we're going to give some more, we're doing ratios and proportions, which is kind of fraction-y stuff, and I'm going to give you a new problem. What if you had x over 5 plus x over 4 equals 45? Well, they're fractions. We want to combine like terms just like we did in the problem up here. But to combine terms, how do you add fractions? You have to have a common denominator. So we've got to find an LCD, lowest common denominator of these fractions. So 5 and 4 would be 20. So we're going to multiply this times 4 and this times 5 to get our 20. So we're going to have 4x over 20 plus 5x over 20 equals 45. When we add that together, we're going to get 9x over 20 equals 45. How do I do proportions? This is just like a problem you did earlier. We could put that over 1. So 9x, we do the extremes and means. 9x times 1 is 9x. 45 times 20 is 900. Divide by 9. So x equals 100. And you can check it by plugging x back into the problem. Okay, but there's also another way to do it. Alright, so we're going to take that same problem, alright, and we're going to get my computer to do right here. We're going to move this down. Extend the page. There we go. Another way to do it is to take the LCD. Alright, so we're still going to have the same problem, and we're still going to say that the LCD is 20. And we're going to multiply the whole problem by 20. Alright, and what that's going to do is it's going to eliminate all of our fractions. So we don't have to work with fractions anymore. So let's look at what happens. When I do 20 over 1 times x over 5, just right here, okay, we're going to do all of it. Alright, doing both sides of an equation. This should simplify if it's a true LCD, and I'm going to get 4x. Okay, if I do 20 over 1 times x over 4, this is going to simplify. This should be 1, sorry. And this should be 5, and so I'm going to get 5x. And then 20 times 45 is 900. Combine my like terms. 9x equals 900. Divide by 9. And x equals 100. So multiplying through by the LCD, and you have to do both sides of the equation. Okay, just like we did here. Both sides of the equation will give us a problem without any fractions in it anymore. If you do have fractions, then you've done something wrong. Okay, here's another one. Okay, so the LCD for this problem, this is 7 over 1, so 3, 4, and 1. The LCD is going to be 12. So 12 is the LCD. We're going to write that. We're going to multiply by 12. Everything. Okay, we're going to do it here, here, and here. So when I multiply 12 over 1 times n over 3. It's going to cancel out. I'm going to get 4n. Second time it's going to cancel. I'm going to get 3n. And then 12 times 7 is 84. This is a common mistake, is to forget that last part. So 4n plus 3n is 7n equals 84. And divide both sides by 7. N equals 12. Alright, problem gets a little bit more complicated in the numerator, but the principles stay the same. Here the LCD for 3, 5, and 1 is 15. So multiply everything by 15. Here, here, and here. You don't have to do those, but I want just to show you 15 over 3, that cancels out, and I'm going to end up, watch how I write this now. Okay, it's going to be, let me actually write this over here on the side for this one. Okay, this cancels and this becomes a 5. So it's 5 times y minus 1, the whole thing, minus, I'm going to do 15 over 1 times this right here. I'm going to get 3y plus 1. And then 15 times 2 is 30. So I'm going to multiply that out. What do I get? 5y minus 5 minus 3y. This is a negative 3 here, I got to remember. I'm distributing here. Okay, negative 3y minus 1 equals 30. Right? And combine my like terms. So 5y and negative 3y is going to be 2y, and negative 5 and negative 1 would be negative 6 equals 30. I'm going to add 6. So 2y equals 36. Divide by 2, and y equals 18. So you just have to be really careful with how I distribute when I have a polynomial on top of this fraction here. And make sure I distribute the negative when I multiply through. Okay. And one more. I don't know what this is. 2y. I don't know what that little box is. 2y minus y over 2 equals y over 3 minus 7. Okay. There's stuff all over the place. I can still find the LCD for all of these fractions. And for 1, 3, 2, and 1, the LCD would be 6. So I multiply everything by 6. When I do that, I'm going to get 12y, just to show you, minus the 2 and the 6 are going to cancel to give me 3y. The 3 and the 6 are going to cancel to give me 2y minus 42. And now I combine my like terms. 12y minus 3y would be 9y minus 2y minus 42. I'm going to subtract 2y from both sides. I'm going to get 7y equals a negative 42. And divide by 7. So y is equal to negative 6. And that's it. So basically, this section is, I'll go back to the beginning. Equation with fractional coefficients. And what do we do to get rid of those fractional coefficients? We multiply the whole equation, not just one side, by the LCD.